Hey, Mark, how much did your young team grow tonight with the ability to hold off Boston there down the stretch?
Yeah, I thought, we handled it really well. I thought the competitive spirit was, 48 minutes long. We hung in there. There's a lot of ups and downs in the game like there always are. And the guys did a great job. And I thought down the stretch in the situational part of the game, they kept making shots and extending the game. We had a couple plays we can learn from, but I thought our guys kept their poise and more importantly, kept their competitiveness. Great loose ball by Isaiah, great rebound by Isaiah. Baze, those guys are really good down the stretch.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman.
Yeah, Mark, Lou didn't necessarily have a great shooting night, but he was forceful and did all kinds of things to help you win. Watching the game, he made me think of Marcus Smart, who also, he didn't play a very good game, but he usually does. Do you see some similarities in Lou's game and Marcus Smart's game?
Role-wise, for sure, where you got a guy that's a really physical defender that can guard a lot of different people. And offensively, that can be a secondary playmaker with the ball. I think Lou's very different from him in terms of the actual skills and style of play. But I think the role for sure is something that Lou can fill. But Lou's really grown. Tonight, it was a back and forth game. It was kind of it was low scoring for a lot of the game. It kind of felt like a possession game in the second half. And it's just amazing. When we really needed one, I'm starting to drift towards, how do we get this guy the ball? How do we get this guy involved? And it's just amazing when you look back on, where he started at the beginning of the year, that he's at that point that you can do that against a good team on the road and he can deliver.
Nick Gallo with Thunder Broadcasting.
Mark, on that play where you're trying to break the press and it was almost a turnover, but Baze went up and got it. He actually went down and then dunked it. That seemed like a step forward even within that part of the game to play with such confidence in a tight moment to go in for a dunk, an aggressive dunk.
Yeah, and I thought he was aggressive all night, and he really took it to another level in the second half, the fourth quarter specifically. The couple plays leading into their timeout were really physical plays, really energetic plays, really competitive plays. And our guys, I give them credit, our aggressiveness really hasn't waned, and sometimes it's our worst enemy. We turned it over again tonight quite a bit, but a lot of our mistakes are not passive mistakes. They're aggressive mistakes. And, we'd rather be on that end of the spectrum with a young team.
Joe Masato with the Oklahoman.
Mark, you had kind of maintained that your guys stayed upbeat even through this losing streak tonight. After a win, what was the locker room like, or just walking off the floor like after this one?
Yeah, they were really competitive and focused, down the stretch of that game. They really wanted to get it and put the energy and effort forward to do so. And I'll tell you what, the 14 games, the streak or whatever, it's been a rough, forget about the actual streak number. It's been a rough stretch. We've lost some close ones. We've lost some blowouts. We've had some games where, things haven't broken our way. And I just give them so much credit for the way that we, bounce back up, dust ourselves off, pull together. It's really pretty impressive. I was talking to Sam the other night on the plane. It was a few games ago, and he asked me the question, who are you gaining respect for from a character standpoint during this time? And the list was long, and that's what I'll say about this team is, that right there was a tough stretch, and it was a character test. And like I said the other night, it's an opportunity to show who we are through the adversity. And, I came away incredibly impressed with not only our players, but a lot of people in our organization, enduring that and thriving through that despite the outcomes not being what we wanted them to be.
Paris Lawson with OKCThunder.com.
Coach, kind of going back to Lou, he had 13 free throw attempts tonight, and really the whole team, you guys had 36 on the night. How much did you take pride in the fact of the way you guys were able to get to the line tonight, especially with how much you guys were attacking the paint?
Yeah, it's, it goes back to the aggressiveness thing. We want to make aggressive mistakes, for young players. We don't want a timid team. And, we're starting to reap some of the benefits of some of the early investments we made in letting these guys do that. I thought, Baze has certainly had a huge uptick in that lately. Lou tonight, and that's a stable source of offense, moving forward, is if you've got guys that when they get an advantage, they can create contact and go up and draw fouls. And, we obviously did a good job of that tonight.
Back to Joe Masato.
Yeah, Mark, I caught a little bit of this at the end of pregame, but can you just give us an idea of like how much family you had in the seats tonight? And, I don't know with the protocols, what you're able to do, but were you able to like see them or talk to them at all?
Haven't seen them yet. I think I can go wave to them through like a plexiglass. That's what's been described to me. But, it was really cool. It's really cool to have them here. We grew up Celtics fans and I spent a lot of time in this building as a fan. But there's no place where I'd rather be working right now and getting a win in the Boston Garden than with the Thunder.